Yo, what is up everybody, and welcome back to another Madden 24 online CFM game. We are now in week 15 of the 2024 season here in the Premier Madden League. Today our Los Angeles Rams are going against the team with the best record in the NFC conference, a team destined to get the #1 seed in the conference, unless there's something we can say about it. As you guys can see, we're going against the Green Bay Packers in a rematch from last year's wild card weekend matchup when our Rams came out victorious, but also a rematch from a game that got played in about week 9 of the regular season last year when the Packers did bop us. We're hoping for more of that playoff field in the regular season, but no Aaron Donald could make things tough today. Our Rams are coming off of a heroic win last week against the Seattle Seahawks to stay in first place in the division. But as we talked about beforehand, our run to the end of the regular season is very tough. Nothing but hell games straight to week 18. So we have to stay on our tippy toes and be ready for any sort of adversity, because our spot is not secure at all for the division, for the playoffs. Nothing is safe. Last year, a 10-win team did not make the playoffs in the NFC. So with our Rams at 9 wins, we still have a ways to go to secure our playoff berth, and we can take a big step today at Lambeau Field against the Green Bay Packers. Here we go. We are underway. It's Sunday Night Football in the frozen tundra. Late regular season, that means it's gonna be a chilly day. So for our West Coast team, we gotta face something we're not used to, as well as facing Luke Musgrave up the seam. Musgrave, one play, 81 yards. How about that start for the Green Bay Packers? And it continues the theme of a big play happening immediately every week in a Rams game, and sometimes we've seen it go in our favor. Sometimes, like the pick 6 last week and this touchdown, it does not go in our favor, but it doesn't always dictate the outcome, because these are 10-minute quarters, a lot of time to right your wrongs or bury yourself deeper in the hole. Unfortunately, we've chosen the latter option. On our first pass attempt, Jalen Henderson intercepted by Jabril Peppers, as that screen pass not working out at all. It's 3rd down and long, and Rayshon Benny injured. Not what we want to see with Aaron Donald already injured. So on 3rd down, setting up the screen is Jordan Love. Here's Aaron Jones with that jukebox, trying to shake his way out of the jam, but we do a good job containing, and you see Rayshon's all right to come back, low injury risk. We might as well put him back out there, because our defensive line depth is already being tested as it is, and the rookie Benny, I mean, he is our second best interior lineman, now our best healthy one right now, as Jalen Henderson looking to bounce back from the interception he started the game with by finding Puka Nacua, middle of the field to the 37-yard line. Blitz picked up. Henderson, deep shot, and hauled in by Julian Fleming. Oh, but Kirk Merritt got injured in pass protection, so we're going to be without Merritt for a couple of plays. Antonio Gibson trying to stiff arm. I mean, he successfully stiff arm. Still lost 3 yards on the play. Is Merritt, I don't know, we want to risk that one. High injury risk, so we'll bring in Zach Evans for a little bit. Down low on 2nd down, making this a very manageable 3rd down. A gain of 10 to Julian Fleming. Cup in the slot. Keep an eye on him. Henderson looking that way. It's covered. He lost the ball. He lost it on the ground and picked up by the Green Bay Packers. So that's 2 drives and 2 turnovers for Jalen Henderson and the Los Angeles Rams, as Jordan Love getting away from Jadeveon Clowney. And that's not going to count as a sack, I don't think, but still a good tackle by Byron Young, as Bo Melton trying to get the jet sweep going. It's not really going anywhere. 3rd down and long, what has been a defensive-minded game so far. Jordan Love looking down low, and that didn't really stand much of a chance. So the Packers punting the ball away, and at this point, the big play is obviously that Luke Musgrave touchdown, but we don't want to overreact being down 10-0, because we have a lot of time to make up ground. And look, our defense is showing signs of life in this game. So if we can just lean on them and slowly but surely plug our way back in it, that's what we need. because right now Jalen Henderson kind of has the yips as Kirk Merritt injured once again. I didn't even mean to put Merritt in the game, but now he's hurt. Hopefully not too badly. That's a great catch. He did get it inbounds. Puka Nacua with the conversion, keeping the drive alive. Now at our own 45-yard line, Henderson down low, going to Gibson. And you see this Packers team, one of the most talented teams in the league. It's one of the best users in the league, so that's a deadly combination. They got a lot of good abilities, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Jalen! Oh, that was a big play waiting to happen. Gibson out the backfield, but we got hit on the throw. Next play, open man, first sighting of Cooper Kupp today. Close, but no cigar to that first down as we set up the screen. Oh, we set up the RPO, and yeah, that was covered. The run game absolutely stuffed up because one of those abilities that we were talking about, it's Kenny Clark with inside stuff. So it's going to be tough to run it inside. Rashawn Gary is no outsiders. It's going to be tough to run it outside. Jair's got abilities. It'll be tough to throw it his way. And then, of course, we talked about Aaron Jones earlier having jukebox. So a lot of the meta abilities on this Green Bay team as Aaron Jones putting that jukebox on display. Aaron Jones last year in the regular season absolutely shredded us. Went for almost 200 yards in the first half in what ended up being a blowout. So we got to keep 33 in check. Don't let him juke his way free. And any play that A.J. Dillon is in should be welcoming. But he just got a gain of 16, which is clearly showing a gap in our run defense right now. And, of course, we know what that gap is. No Aaron Donald, and the Packers are trying to exploit that on this drive. But Jones goes backward, so you got to think it's up to Jordan Love. Maybe not. He'll give it to Jones on 3rd down and 10. He sheds off Ro Torrence and gets the first down. Ro Torrence was our one chance to force a 4th down, but instead, here goes Green Bay. They've been running the ball every play on this drive. That continues here as A.J. Dillon bouncing around like a pinball. He'll get a gain of 7. Here's a pass attempt. It's a screen. It's Reed setting up a goal to go at the 3. No reason to think this won't be a run. We'll wait after the timeout. That was a timeout burned by the Packers as they go stretch outside. Dillon, good blocking. He's in. And the Packers run it down our throats. And, I mean, if you didn't know that Aaron Donald wasn't playing, yeah, you probably know now because we just got exposed on the ground. And we're going to have to figure that out. We're going to have to figure out how to play run defense without AD, which hasn't been too much of a problem so far. Last week, we did a pretty good job against Kenneth Walker. Oh, man, but we are not doing ourselves any favors offensively. Second interception of the game, and both of them were on the first play and ultimately the last play of the drive as Bo Melton taking the sweep. Packers starting at our 15-yard line. That's Luke Musgrave trying to score his 2nd touchdown of the game down to the 2-yard line, still setting up a 1st down and goal. A.J. Dillon, he'll go backward. That's Rayshon Benny dropping them for a loss of 3 down low. Here's an on fire Aaron Jones, who nearly somehow got the touchdown. We had him contained. It still didn't matter. Dillon in the backfield needs a yard, and he'll take Deion Jones for a ride into the end zone. The Packers capitalize on the short field, and after the PAT by Carlson, they've got a 21-point lead. It's not looking good for us, but at the same time, who do we have to blame but ourselves for all the turnovers in this game? All avoidable, but we have made our bed. Now we got to lay in it, down by 21 points, and we know this Green Bay team is capable of blowing us out. So this is where we still don't want to hit the panic button yet. We are midway in the 2nd quarter. There's still time for us to claw our way methodically back into this game. But we'll need this 3rd down conversion. We'll need Jalen, and he's got it with his legs. And taking a chance, taking a hit, but still getting a gain of 11 as Isaiah Wynn, starting center, injured on the play. Here's Fleming outside, and in stride, he gets a gain of about 15 yards. And you see Henderson's passing stats are actually pretty solid. It's just the 2 picks kind of loom large, more than the 9 for 12 passing, as that's going to be another completion. That's Gibson, who steps out after a gain of 5 yards. Here's Henderson, blast up the middle. but get about 3 yards, get about half the yards necessary to move the chains. Down by a bunch. This might be 4-down territory. Don't gotta worry about that for now, as Isaiah Hodgins, back from injury, he makes the grab from the slot to the 22-yard line. We go up tempo, looking for Cobb. It's not there. Jalen takes off. Jalen Henderson, whoa, taking a shot from Rasul Douglas, but still setting up a goal to go at the 9. Henderson, oh, he takes another big hit, that time from Quay Walker, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. A good play to catch our breath with our rookie quarterback and try to get Antonio Gibson some positive yards. He sets up a 3rd down at the 4. Jalen picked off Justin Flo with the goal line stand. And yet another giveaway by the Rams. And once more, oh man, this could be an absolute dot, and it is. Jordan Love, 10 for 10, and no pass more impressive than that to Romeo Doubs. Here's Aaron Jones, gone 31 yards to the crib, and juking his way for joy. It's an onslaught now. It's all going bad, and I'm not saying it's going bad quickly. We have slowly and methodically taken ourselves out of this game instead of putting ourselves in the game, because, you know, we did a lot of work to get the ball downfield multiple times just to give it right back. Just to give it right back with no points to show for it. And now at this point, I mean, we kind of have to be aggressive, right? That slowly and methodically stuff, that's kind of out the window as, whoa, Antonio Gibson, whoop, whoop, all the way to the 4-yard line. Let's see if we can get these 7 points right back. We have 2 timeouts. Oh, the whole playbook's open, and Gibson is in for 6. Very fittingly, Antonio Gibson caps off the drive because, I mean, he's the one that got us downfield with one big play. And like I said, we got to be aggressive at this point. There's no slowly and methodically. We got to take chunks. That was a big chunk, and that could be a big momentum swinger. Being down by 21 points versus down by 28 will make it feel a little bit better, as Musgrave cannot make the grab. Kobe Durant put the hit on. That's the first incompletion of the game for Jordan Love, who looks to start a new streak. Starting with that play, a completion for 6 yards. 3rd down, Love skittish in the pocket. Oh, man, and you can see that in his delivery. He had an open man. That was Musgrave, but I mean, when you get your footwork off balance, it's hard to reset and make that accurate throw from the pocket, as Julian Fleming, in the dying seconds of the first half, will give us a chance to get one shot, perhaps into field goal range. Oh, taking a shot instead is Jalen Henderson. Kenny Clark with the sack, and now at this point, I mean, you almost don't want to throw the pick 6 more than you want to take that shot downfield, and you really don't want to do that. A gain of 7 yards for pride's sake, but that will take us to the end of the first half. And it's a first half of what ifs, because, like, what if we didn't turn it over 50 times? Where could the score be? Could we be leading this game? And we won't find that out, because there are no alternate realities. There's only one reality, as Jalen Henderson breaking a tackle, looking for the 1st down. He's got it on the run, and look, we're looking for positives. Jalen's doing a pretty good job scrambling around town right now, and especially against this pass rush, we need somebody who can get out of the pocket, and Jalen is providing that, looking for that lane again, but that is going to be a loss of a yard. Lucas Van Ness, the former 1st-round pick, got the hit on. Next play, Henderson got it slide right there. You cannot take that hit. Live to play for 3rd down and 3 once more with the drop back. Looking middle, and that's picked off by Quay Walker. And another drive where we go past midfield, but come up empty on the scoreboard. And that time, well, that was just Jalen with a bad pass. Oh, a pick right back. Foyce Lucan, right place, right time. Foyce for 6. Jordan Love got hit on a throw attempt, and Lucan was just there for the early Christmas gift. A touchdown for our Rams defense, and we've clawed our way back to a 14-point game. In a game where we should be down by 50. Alright, probably down by like 30. We are down by 14 points, and it's a real game now. It's a competitive game. One defensive stop, and all the pressure is on the Packers. Oh, ball's out late, and recovered by the man who lost it, Jones. Still a 3rd down and long for Jordan Love, and the Packers against a 4-man rush. Love got his man open. It's Luke Musgrave to get the home crowd back invested. Wow, if we could have gotten that stop, man, oh man. But now we got to try to get that stop one more time. First down, it's a run outside. A.J. Dillon, another chunk taken out of our defense in the ground game. As Dillon tried to give himself up and almost took a shot for that, as Aaron Jones tackled in the backfield, lost 2 yards, and losing 5 more yards will be the Green Bay Packers. That's a false start, and now they're going to go conservative trying to run the ball, but Deion Jones is not having any of that. Now Green Bay's got to worry about just staying in field goal range as Aaron Jones, third and a mile in a tackle battle, gets out of the scrum, but eventually a number of Rams converge to the football, and we force the field goal attempt by Carlson, drifting to the right. It's still good. It's a 17-point lead for Green Bay. We'll still take that, right? We'll take that. We didn't give up 7. It is what it is, but we know offensively we have to play damn near flawlessly for the rest of the game. That's a flaw. That's not good. That was an open Cooper Kupp. You don't want to miss Kupp too often. Next play, Jalen on target. Good job by Fleming. That pass was actually a little behind him, and Fleming did a good job adjusting. It'll bring up a third down. Out the backfield, it's caught. Antonio Gibson with a move afterwards. Gibson, out of nowhere, 24 is able to make the tackle, but still Antonio Gibson near midfield. We go up tempo, trying to preserve some clock, down by a bunch. Henderson escaping, looking. He's got space to run, and Jalen with a first down and more. Henderson, huge gain after escaping the pressure and jumping over a cameraman once again. Jalen's making that his signature move for absolutely no reason. 1, maybe 2 more plays before the end of the third quarter. It's second down and 1 at the 13-yard line, and an interception by Quay Walker. Walker's second pick of the quarter, and this one could be a jackpot. Walker away from the pack. He's not walking, he's running all the way coast to coast for the touchdown. A thrilling end to the third quarter for the Green Bay Packers, but a demoralizing pick 6 for our Los Angeles Rams. And the most frustrating part, that should have been a touchdown. That absolutely should have been a touchdown. You'll notice I just ran straight up 4 verts, but Cooper Kupp was on an option route to where he either runs straight or he takes a cut inside to run more of a post route. And I figured Cooper Kupp would run straight, because if he ran straight, he clears the linebacker and he's good. But for some reason, he ran a post right into the linebacker, and that's just what happens sometimes when you run those option plays in Madden, where the players just make decisions that make no sense. And if I just put him on a streak, normally just hot routed a streak, we would have been fine. As Zach Evans with the grab, with the move afterwards, Zach Evans with some playing time, because Kirk Merritt has that ACL strain that's knocked him out for the rest of the game, and hopefully for not any longer than that, because I remember Zach Evans had an injury like that, and he missed like the rest of the playoffs last year. I think he got hurt in the championship game. So we're going to keep an eye on that, because Merritt is a big part of our offense. Third down and 3, looking is Jalen, staying in the pocket, going left side. What is there? Still buying time. Now trying to take off, and eventually wrapped up by Kenny Clark. I mean, Jalen stayed alive as long as he could, but that Packers secondary was airtight with their coverage. Fourth down, gotta go for it. Why not? Let it fly. Oh, there's a couple of reasons. About 4 Green Bay Packers in the area for the turnover on downs. Hey, man, at least it's a turnover on downs and not an actual turnover. We're trying to look for positives. It's hard to search for them right now because, oh, man, this is a huge play for Romeo Doubs on the screen pass. And, yeah, it's always going to be a game of what if now, this battle against the Green Bay Packers, because, let's just say we kicked field goals on these drives that we didn't return it over on, right? Instead of a 24-point game, maybe it's a 12-point game. I don't know. It looks better. It feels like we have a chance. Instead, we're down by a lot. And on third down and 5, that's not going to work out too well. Byron Young with the tackle. And, we're getting a lot of third down stops. We're getting off the field as this field goal is good. Carlson a little shaky, but he is perfect on the day. But, yeah, it's like, defensively, we're not playing a bad game. It's kind of being overshadowed by the mistakes we're making offensively. And, I mean, going into these games without Aaron Donald, it's more so our offense has to be in prevent in these kind of situations, knowing that, maybe the defense isn't going to be there. So what we cannot have is this. We just cannot have these unforced errors, and that was an unforced error right there by Jalen. And at this point, it doesn't really matter because the game is over. But it would have been nice to complete that to Cooper Kupp for pride's sake more than anything else. So we're going to take a whooping to the Green Bay Packers, who look like they are well on their way to the 1 seed in the NFC conference. Well, I mean, Green Bay is going to be in the playoffs. Will our Los Angeles Rams be there? Oh, who knows? Who knows? Oh, man, the blocking was beautiful on that play, and that is effectively going to end the game. Aaron Jones electing to go down instead of scoring a touchdown, and, I mean, it's a 24-point game, under 2 minutes to go now. We're not going to burn our timeouts. No reason to stick around here any longer than we need to. It's actually a 27-point game. Apples to oranges, and yeah, we're gonna drop to a 9-5 record with this game. And while we are still in the battle for first place in our division, we are also on the fringes of potentially missing the playoffs completely if we don't be careful, because next week we are gonna play the Cardinals, and it's probably gonna be for first place in the division, and if that's not for first place, then the week after we play Seattle. Both of those teams are coming for our necks, and even then, week 18 we play against the Detroit Lions, who are also a team in the playoff race, and that could be the sort of game in the regular season where the winner makes it to the playoffs and the loser goes home. So yeah, what happened today probably cannot happen again if we want to truly have a shot at making the playoffs. So we've made a lot of mistakes this season, but we're kind of walking that fine line where we gotta kind of go into that playoff mentality starting next week, where we can't really afford to lose any more games. While you have that cushion of being able to lose a couple of games in the regular season, we've used all of our lifelines at this point, it feels like. And yeah, nonetheless, shout out to Green Bay. Good game to them, man. They definitely did what they needed to do to win the game, to force us into the mistakes throughout the game. And we have to regroup once again with our Los Angeles Rams. We've been very inconsistent in the past 7-8 games, where it feels like we take one step forward, one step back. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, whatever it may be. We're always taking that step back. So we'll have to find out how to reverse that trend at some point. But until then, leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed what you guys saw today. Subscribe for more Madden 24 games. We have 2 injuries before we get out of here, and I'm hoping one of those wasn't Kirk Merritt, and thankfully it's not, but it is Hunter Henry. So we are currently down our top 2 starting tight ends and our starting center. So injuries galore continue for our Rams in the stretch run of the regular season. So on that note, I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you, as always, for watching.